So, you do realize there's only now, and I'm sure that you're like so sick of hearing that, but let me just break this down for you, okay? There's only now. Like, you have to unsubscribe from this thought of tomorrow. Today is the greatest day I've ever known. Can't live for tomorrow. Tomorrow's much too old. Do I need to sing it again? Because I can. But listen up. You have to unsubscribe from the thought that there's a tomorrow, that you're waiting for something, okay? You're not waiting for anything, okay? You have to stop looking, and I'm trying to help you out, man. I'm not trying to be like you. I'm trying to help you, okay? Understand that time, it's not linear. That you gotta drop that. It doesn't have to make sense. You subscribing to time is your need for things to make sense. Okay? But the truth is, it doesn't make sense. None of it actually makes sense. Even the things that you think make sense, they don't really make sense. Okay? So, listen. You are the seer. You do realize that you're the medium, you're the seer, you're the channel, you're the psychic, you're all of it. You are what you're looking for. You and you alone. And I'm not saying that to be like, so 144 on the timer, philosophical. No, I'm not. I'm saying it because it's real. It's the real shit. It's the real deal. Okay? Understand, because there's only now, that when you receive that vision, because this message is for somebody, yeah, 1 minute seemed like a lifetime. No, baby, when I feel this way. You're like waiting for something. There's nothing to wait for. Do you understand that when you got that vision into the so-called future that you're subscribing to, when you got that vision, when you got all those feelings, and I'll elaborate, okay? I'll make this more practical so you can really see what I'm saying. But you understand that when you got that vision, that was literally a gift from your divine self, giving you not a vision into the future, follow me, but a memory into the past, because you could not have seen it here, felt it here, if it was not already something that had happened. But the thing is you got the vision, you got all excited, and then you started questioning all the reasons why this and why that, and whoa, limiting. And guess what? Every time you sit around and looking at the clock, babe, every time you do that, time seems to move so slow. Why do you think that is? Why? Because you keep resisting it by coming up with all these ideas and questions and scenarios and things that you think why it hasn't happened. And every time you do that, you're creating the reality where it hasn't happened. Understand that when you received the vision, when you received the dream, when you received it, you, in that moment, received it. Meaning, you were already a match to it. It already happened. So instead of looking at your imaginations or your visions, your dreams, your whatever you're doing, okay, as a glimpse into the future, start understanding that they're actually just memories of things that have already transpired, because there's only now. Okay? There's nothing to figure out. There's nothing that you need to do. There's nothing more to become. You are already it. You just have to choose and know that it already happened. and then move and flow in alignment with joy and happiness, your natural state. Now, to elaborate, for anybody who's like, man, I don't know about that, let me tell you. Anytime you've ever done anything, anytime you've ever done anything, you have done it within yourself before it took place out there. Like, think of it this way. You're thirsty, right? You're going to think of something that you want to drink, and then you are going to think of how to get it. No matter how simple that process is, you have to think it and do it up here first. You have to feel it as done first in order for it to transpire out there. Hence, as within, so without. Okay? But now imagine if you're thirsty and you're like, oh yeah, I'm thirsty. And then you start thinking of all the different options that you can have. Okay? And then you start asking all these different questions and you start delaying you getting it. Do you see what I'm saying? Otherwise, you could have just got up and went and got something and not even thought about it, and it would have been perfect. Do you see what I'm saying? Just flow. Let me use another example. Okay? And I know that everybody has had this. Have you ever been like really nervous for like a conversation you know that you're about to have with somebody, and you're nervous and you're in the mirror or you're in the car and you're driving and you're like having that conversation with that person? Have you ever noticed that conversation 9 times out of 10 always goes basically how you rehearsed it? I could keep going with a lot of things. Okay? For instance, if you want to cook spaghetti, all right? If you want to cook spaghetti, up here, you're going to see yourself cooking spaghetti. You're going to be thinking of the things that need to go in spaghetti, right? You're not going to be in the kitchen cooking stir fry. You see what I'm saying? You're just not, because you're not going to get the spaghetti. So you can't see yourself up here cooking stir fry, but making spaghetti. Does that make sense? Okay. You either follow me or not, but nonetheless, whatever you saw up here, whatever you felt in here is already done. It already happened. Your job is to just flow and not sit around and try and disprove it. Disprove it. Yeah, stop doing that. But I love you guys. I hope you have a great day. I just wanted to pop on and say that. Someone needed to hear it.